friends, I am Renu, your host. Welcome to Astrology, your very own channel of astrology. In the series of houses, today I am going to talk about the 11th house. We also call it Labha or House of Gain. And most important, House of Collective Efforts. Let us first understand the importance of 11th house with the story of Meghnad or Indrajit. From Ramayana, the Sanskrit epic of ancient India. Meghnad was son of Ravana. It is said that the demon king Ravana had immense knowledge of astrology. He wanted to have a son who would be physically very strong and most powerful, and also one who becomes the undisputed king of the three worlds. When Ravana's son Indrajit was about to born, Ravana encased all the 9 planets in the 11th house of Indrajit's birth chart so that none of these planets could cause any harm to him, and he becomes the undisputed and most powerful king in all three worlds. People always adore 11th house as it indicates gains and income. We put efforts to get gains and benefits. We do jobs or business to generate income. Let's see what type of properties 11th house has. According to Vedic astrology, 11th house is an Upachaya house or ever-growing house. 3, 6, 10, 11 are Upachaya house. In Upachaya house, native has opportunity of growth and improvement with their skills and talent. We also call it Panaparas or succedent of 10th house, which provides firmness, stability and security to 10th house. The experience he has gained in the 10th house makes it possible for him to set new social objectives or new professional goals for himself. This is the house of desire fulfillment, house of hopes and wishes. Just as the 5th house refers to the release of power which were trapped in the 4th house, the 11th house deals with the power manifesting in the 10th house. They may release in 11th house. As we know, every house assigns 4 aims in life: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. According to that, 11th house is the calm house, as 11th house rules gains because it represents our desires to gain, so it is the house of kama. 11th house is second to 10th house, the house of kama. So in another way, we can say whatever karma you do, your gains or love or income shall be reflected accordingly. This is the house of collective efforts of group. There is saying, coming together is beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success. There should be always we, not only me. Whatever you gain, it is the product of we, and if you don't honor it, then you will be alone. 11th house in astrology also represents your social sphere. It is also called the house of friendship. Whether you make friends easily or take your time, what kind of people do you make friendship with, whether this friendship turn out to be fruitful or not, are few questions that 11th house answers. The 11th house in astrology also governs the group and communities you participate in and relationship you share with friends and siblings. 11th house also rules your interest in society. Your associates and well-wishers can be observed by this house. Whether you get financial assistance and gain from this association, it is also determined by this house. Groups addressed by this house includes clubs, organizations, social groups, networking organizations, and professional associations. Peace and prosperity are interlinked. Prosperity cannot flourish in a disturbed atmosphere. While working with others, you need to function as a team. The 11th house is where your mindset and goals merge with others. Your personal goals are hitched to power of group, and you rise and fall together. As 11th house is responsible for the joy of achievement in your life, joy always stand with peace. The both lord of 11th house are karka of bad house. Can we think why it happens? As 11th house is a good house, this happens because here we give the taste. If we fail or pass, we get the result accordingly. It's okay to be selfish. It has two types, positive selfish and negatively selfish. First example is parent and child relationship. Parents want to upbring their child as a good human being. Second, people think about personal gain. Very few people are thinking about collective efforts. While whole world is running with collective efforts, and wherever collective efforts fails, the world fails. Collective efforts most of the time succeed and personal efforts fail. Personal gain is the byproduct of collective efforts. The 11th house is ruled by Aquarius and Lord Saturn and co-Lord Rahu. 11th house is airy element house and ruled by fixed sign. It is often represented as a pitcher with water flowing from it. As a symbol, water represents the cosmic life force. It quenches all thirst and absolves the individual from all sins. 11th house is also called dusthana because to achieve gain, we do all kind of good or bad things and hence karma gets spoiled. There is very fine line between good and bad karma for gain. One should earn money. Desire for gain is also okay, but spoiling your karma for gain where this house becomes dusthana. As per Bhavat Vaman, it is also 6 from 6. The 6th house is something people don't want because it represents problems, debt, health issues and many more. 11th house is 12th from 12th house, which signifies where to. So 11th house is not only gain, it's also loss as well. It perfectly describes Rahu Shani rulership of Kumbha as per Kalpurush chart. Rahu shows the desire to obtain things of great value. It is also known as the Badaka house for 1, 4, 7 and 10th sign or ascendants. Badaka means obstructions. Some of our desires and are auspicious by nature while the fulfillment of some can be destructive. Relatives related to the 11th house are your friends, father's younger sibling, 3rd from 9th house. Spouse of first child, 7th from 5th house and elder siblings. In traditional cultures, the eldest siblings stood for gain most from the family, means eldest is the first from born child of family and they got everything what they required. Other co-born most of time using their eldest sibling stuff only and afterwards eldest siblings act like guardian also. So the younger sibling therefore looked upon the elder sibling with respect and the source of gain. The 11th house therefore rules elder sibling. 11th house is the longevity of mother, 8th from 4th house, wife creativity, 5th from 7th house, enemy's enemy, 6th from 6th house. 11th house tells about the recovery from your illness. 6th house is the house for illness and 11th house is 6th from 6th house, so it is the enemy house for your disease as Bhavat Bhavam of 6th house. Also it is 12th from 12th house, house for hospital or hospitalization. So it is also indicating loss of hospital means getting discharged from hospital. So 11th house represents how much time you take to recovery from your illness. The body part associated with the 11th house are ankle, calf and left hand. I would further like to proceed with the placement of 11th lord in 12 different houses of the chart. The true picture can be get only after looking at the other planetary positions in the natal chart. This is at very basic level. The actual impact can be judged when we combine the lord placement with the sign and planet placements. So this is not to be taken literally as the chart needed to be studied in whole before coming to any conclusion. You have to understand that these texts were written when our society and culture had much different values and norms. You have to be intelligent enough to interpret these according to today's time, place, and condition. These are just excerpts. We shall cover this in details a different series on lords in the houses. 11th lord in the first house. Native will be happy, be eloquent in speech, be a poet, and be always endowed with gains. The native is very hardworking and active. Such native is very beautiful. Native rises to the fame by his talent. 11th lord in the second house, the lord of gains in the house of wealth creates special wealth combination in the horoscope. Such a person belongs to a rich family. Native is very lucky person. Family wealth keep on increasing as the native is aging. 11th lord in the third house, native will be skillful in all jobs, wealthy, endowed with the fraternal bliss, and may sometimes suffer with court pains. The native will be very courageous and adventurous in nature. Career related to fine arts will be suitable for them. Younger sibling will be very helpful to the native. 11th lord in the fourth house, native will gain from maternal relatives, will undertake visits to shrines, and will possess happiness of house and lands. The native's mother will be very supportive. Native will be well educated. The person will have all comforts. 11th lord in 5th house, native will be happy, educated, and virtuous. He will be religious and happy. He will be very intelligent. Native may earn huge wealth from share market, lotteries, sports, fine arts, and media. 11th lord in the 6th house. This is the 8th position from 11th house, and moreover 6th house is an evil house. So it indicates losses at the hands of enemies, competitors, diseases. Native will be afflicted by diseases. 11th lord in the 7th house, native will always gain through his wife's relatives, be liberal, virtuous, and sensuous. The luck will be shine after marriage. 11th lord in the 8th house, native will experience reversals in his undertakings and will live long life. Native may gain money from occult or hidden wealth. 11th lord in the 9th house, native will be fortunate, skillful, truthful, honored by the king, and be affluent. Native will be religious, minded, and kind-hearted. 11th lord in the 10th house, native will be honored by the king, be virtuous, attached to the religion, intelligent, truthful, and will control over his senses. 11th lord in 11th house, native will gain in all his undertakings, while his learning and happiness will be on the increase day by day. Such a person has big dreams and desires. These desires keep on increasing day by day. 11th lord in the 12th house, native will always depend on good deeds, be sensuous, will have many wives, and he or she will travel many foreign countries. By now you would have started to get an idea of what would your 11th house means. Hold on, do not reach to conclusions. There is much more to come. Stay with us. Thank you. If you like the video, please like and subscribe our channel. Thank you.